Time for Dodger baseball.
Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter.
Clayton Kershaw pitches a no-hitter.
Turner in the air to center field. That ball's hit well. Martinez on the run. This is way back. And it is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner.
And for the second consecutive season, the Dodgers are going to the World Series.
Bellinger hammers the ball. It's Bellinger's turn. Lifts a fly ball to left center field. Back towards the wall. It is gone. Mookie with another 3-home run game.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. Clayton Kershaw, a legendary virtuoso performance from the veteran southpaw. Clayton Kershaw, give it up. That was some GOAT stuff tonight. Clayton Kershaw was flexing on the mound. 13 Ks, a new postseason career high for Clayton Kershaw tonight. It was a spectacular performance. The Dodgers punched their ticket to the NLDS. They're going to face either the Padres or the Cardinals on Tuesday. The Dodgers take care of business. A shutout in Game 2, a 3-0 win, and Clayton Kershaw is ready to rewrite the narrative about him. He's going to show everyone out there that Clayton Kershaw is a Mount Rushmore pitcher in the history of baseball, and tonight was an outstanding performance by a legendary pitcher. I know you guys have a lot to say about tonight's matchup, Clayton Kershaw versus Woodruff, but Clayton Kershaw got the best of Woodruff there in the end. Most strikeouts in a postseason game since Sandy Koufax punched out 15 in Game 1 of the 1963 World Series. 8 innings pitched for Kershaw, no runs, 3 hits, 13 Ks, 1 walk on 93 pitches. We're going to break down all of tonight's action, but first, you know how we get down here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Let me know where you're repping Dodgers Nation from tonight. Give me those cities, zip codes, area codes, and I want you to mash that heart button. If you're watching on Twitter, be sure to retweet. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to share for your boy Clayton Kershaw. A masterful job in Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. Clayton Kershaw, I just have no words. We are not worthy of Clayton Kershaw, but hey, let's get into this comment section. You guys are lighting it up. Here we go. We got Jesse Rivas. What a performance by Kershaw. Clayton fire emojis. Yeah, nonstop fire. Oh, Gatorade there. Fernie Aguilar. We'll talk about Bazooka's outing in just a second. His appearance in just a second. Ruben Moreno from Santa Maria, California, the 805. Gloria, amazing performance from Clayton, brilliant from Trey Porter. Not Doug's win. Oh, Damon, not Doug's by at least 4, but a win is a win. Hey, at least you remember, at least you're still rocking with us here. I did say the Dodgers would win by 4. I was one off. I was really close. They had a chance there late when Chris Taylor singled, and I thought they were going to put another insurance run up there, but the Dodgers get the win, and you're right. That's the most important thing. The Dodgers take care of business in Game 2 of the Wild Card Series, and they beat this lowly Brewers team that comes in under 500. Dodgers' best record in baseball, 43-17, and Clayton Kershaw goes 8 strong. He says, hey, Pryor, don't even come out here. I got this. Gets his 13th strikeout, and now only Carl Erskine and Sandy Koufax, the left arm of God, have had more strikeouts in a postseason game. I'm telling you, that was a legendary performance by Clayton Kershaw tonight, and I'm just ecstatic for him because, hey, that is what Clayton Kershaw showed tonight, what grit and determination will get you. The last time that he stepped onto the mound, that he towed the rubber in a postseason game, what happened, right? We saw him in that dugout looking dejected. After the game, he says that the narrative about him in the postseason was true, and for him to come out his first start since that outing against the Nationals in Game 5 of the NLDS, and to do what he did tonight, just, hey, standing ovation for Clayton Kershaw tonight. And the Dodgers, they take care of business. They'll let the Padres and Cardinals duke it out. They'll get some extra rest. But here we go. Joseph Perez, let's go Dodgers. We will win the World Series. East Bay Raider. What's up, East Bay Raider? Always rocking with us here. Graterol, the next great Dodger closer. Game over 2.0. I love that. You coined that here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Game over 2.0. The bazooka. Hey, I got a friend named Adam who loves him. He kind of looks like him too, so I know he was stoked tonight. Cowboys strings, Kershaw, nasty, 13 Ks, baby. Shutout performance by the ace. Oklahoma City, Christie, Gibson. Yeah, where are you representing Clayton Kershaw tonight? Where are you representing the Dodgers? We got 8 innings from Kersh. What more could you ask for? Unreal. That's from Mitch Lecca over on Facebook. Luis, that's the Kershaw I want to see for the rest of the playoffs. I think that you're spot on with that take, too. If we can get that Clayton Kershaw for the rest of the postseason, you know that blister, Mr. Blister, I like to call him now, Walker Buehler, that blister is going to heal. And still, he was electric in those 8 innings. He got 8 strikeouts in those 4 innings. And I think that if it was a bigger game later in the postseason, they would have left him out there. But you're right. Add this one up to some of Clayton Kershaw's great postseason starts. Yes, you know the narrative about Clayton Kershaw and about his ERA. It's 2 runs, exactly 2 runs up on his regular season ERA, 4.43 to 2.23. And they're 2.43 to 4.43. And I think if you watch the pregame show, which you guys should be watching, watch the pregame show that's leading in, hosted by the editors-in-chiefs, the senior editors of Dodgers Nation, Brooks Smith and Clint Pasillas. Like Brooks Smith said, he was like, hey, not much is going to change tonight with Clayton Kershaw. He's got to do it deeper in the postseason, but still a big step in the right direction. And I don't think you could have those NLCS big starts, those big World Series starts, unless he does it early in the postseason. So this was big for Clayton Kershaw's confidence and the dominance that he showed tonight on the mound. He was making them look foolish. That slider to righty. So 13 punch-outs for Clayton Kershaw tonight. 13, 10 via the slider, 3 via the curveball, and that was the money pitch for him tonight. His slider, he was throwing it about 39.9% of the time in the regular season. Tonight, he threw that slider, 45 sliders for Clayton Kershaw. He was sliding into those DMs all night for 13 punch-outs, 48% slider for Clayton Kershaw tonight. And before this, his previous career high was 12 strikeouts. That was in Game 1 of the 2013 NLDS against the Atlanta Braves. Good old friend A.J. Ellis was his backstop there today. And here we go. Back into this comment section, guys. Let's do this. Kershaw was great from Gloria. Donald Brown, now that that's the Kershaw we all remember. Brian, great game. Kershaw gem from Indiana. Let's go Dodgers from Jose Soto. Ruth, woo-woo. We got for all the haters, Kershaw was brilliant. Hey, exactly. Shut those haters up, and you took a big positive step in doing that tonight because, hey, the Dodgers lose today. Early on, Woodruff was rolling. Before Cody Bellinger gets that first hit for the Dodgers, they had 9 strikeouts with no walks before Cody Bellinger got that hit there in the bottom of the 5th inning. He hits that changeup into center, and they had not gotten a hit there, and since he had 9 strikeouts from then until then. So look, I think that if you look at Cody Bellinger, we're going to break down this whole entire game here. But, yeah, the offensively, Mookie Betts, he carried the load offensively. Another big double there another big double there. And then how about Austin Barnes? How about Austin Barnes tonight? Austin Barnes, he comes in there tonight. The Dodgers really having a difficult time manufacturing runs. And Austin Barnes, he goes on the night. He finishes 2 for 3, gets that big RBI. And, hey, he was going right up the middle. I think that was the strategy for Austin Barnes and the Dodgers tonight. And, yeah, here we go. Defense was on point from Laura Ruiz. Kershaw was golden. Announcers are trash from Denny Cortez. Hey, it's ESPN. What do you expect? We need our boys Oral and Joe Davis back on the call. Good job, Mookie from Gloria. We got San Bernardino, Big Dog, B.I.G. Dog from Thomas. We got Hi Doug from the 714. What's up, Jose Rod? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Doug Crosby, East Lansing, Michigan. What's up, Doug Crosby? Ken Dotson from Livingston, Texas. Omar from Montebello. I bought a car in Montebello once. Hey, it was a good car. Kershaw was masterful from Jose Rod. Jesse Rivas, that's the Kershaw we want to see in the playoffs. Dodger love from San Francisco Bay Area. Maura O'Brien, Chandler, Arizona. Ray Barseman, hey Doug, awesome show. Thanks, Ray. Dodgers going all the way, baby. I predicted 2 straight wins. You did. I'll give you credit for that. You guys can look at the episodes on YouTube. La Puente, Yesenia Munoz Venegas over there on Facebook. Go Dodgers, Kenneth. AZ, Phoenix, Fernie. We got Laura from the 408, San Jose, always in the house. Go Dodgers from Steven Romero. Great Kershaw from Neva. I hit it. Isaac Garza, I hit it, you seen it. Hashtag Austin Barnes. Mookie Betts hype. Hashtag Mookie Monster. Clayton Kershaw swing and miss. 13 Ks for Clayton Kershaw tonight and 24 swings and misses for Clayton Kershaw. 24 whiffs, and that slider was effective all night long, and he had the feel for it. It had the depth to it that you want to see, and you're starting to see, too, deep into that game, he was still hitting high 92, low 91, and if you can get that differential, 92, 93, with that wipeout slider, 89, this guy is a pitcher. This guy is a genius on the mound when he's going right, and you just love to see it because it looked like the Dodgers were getting mowed down for a large portion of that game. If you want to talk about some of the negatives for the Dodgers in tonight's game, 12 strikeouts for the Dodgers in tonight's game, just one walk. So Woodruff, 9 strikeouts for the Dodgers, very effective with that fastball. The Dodgers were missing. They were late. Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger just swinging underneath that Woodruff fastball. And then Clayton Kershaw was like, hey, I'm just sitting here doing my thing, getting my outs. And then eventually Clayton Kershaw picks it up, starts punching guys out more than Woodruff, stays in the game, pitches 8 innings, and it was just all in all an overall fantastic night for Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers. Game 2 star Clayton Kershaw. Do I even need to ask who was your player of the game? But let me know down below in the comments anyway. I'm pretty sure I have a good hint. It's going to be Clayton Kershaw. We got Whittier, Steve Romero. We got Kershaw with the walk-off. Congratulations, Clayton Kershaw from Janice Painter over on Facebook. Maura O'Brien, I hope that quiets the haters on Kershaw in the postseason. I think that it's going to take a sale loner, 4+ runs. Hey, that was just a test to see if you guys were keeping tabs on what I'm saying on the show, and it's clear that you are, and I appreciate that. I was very close. I predicted a 4-0 win by the Dodgers. It was a 3-0 win by the Dodgers. But, hey, I will take that L all day, every day, if it means Clayton Kershaw sets a new postseason career high with 13 strikeouts. So here we go. We got Clayton Kershaw, fire. We got good job, Dodgers, our boys in blue. We got Clay Dunsmore from the 90604 East LA, baby. Good to see a Big Doug. Go Kersh. Hey, thanks for rocking with us, as always, Clay, here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Like I said, if you're watching on Twitter, be sure to hit that retweet button. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to share and like so all your friends can join in here on the after party where the Dodgers celebrate punching their ticket to the NLDS. I thought it would be 2 games. They made quick work of this Brewers team, who give the Brewers some credit. They played it tough. That bullpen yesterday, they had everyone out in that bullpen. I mean, what is up with the bullpen out there? Did they just do paper, rock, scissors to decide who comes in next? They draw straws. Josh Hader, he had a moment there today. He got a strikeout, strikes out Bellinger. But, hey, the Dodgers, they did what they had to do. And early in this game when they were striking out, to Woodruff, I thought maybe you want to be a little more aggressive there. Maybe you want to be a little more aggressive and start swinging on that first pitch. But no, it paid off, that strike zone awareness, that play discipline. It eventually gets Woodruff out of the game, and he goes just 4 2/3 innings when it looked like all the talk was going to be about him and that he would be making all the headlines with his performance on the mound tonight. But instead, the Dodgers, they got their runs right there in the Dodgers. They took off right there in that 5th inning. So let's break that down in a couple seconds here, but I want to squeeze in some more of these comments, guys. Here we go. Kirsch, absolutely legendary night. We got Albuquerque from over on Facebook. We got Kershaw with the walk-off. We got Whittier, Steve Romero. We got Kershaw, a masterpiece, 13 Ks. Bring on Tatis and Machado. Hey, they're rolling. I think it was some stat like first time 5 home runs the 7th inning on. Hey, and that bat flip by Tatis Jr. had me rolling tonight. Just flips it from underneath it. Hey, man, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to hate on greatness. Tatis Jr. is good for the game, and so will that series. And it looks like they might not have Clevinger. They're going to have Lamet, and I think that there's a collision course between the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's going to be a good one. It'll probably be an instant classic. But, hey, we're not afraid of the San Diego Padres. Like I said, it's going to be body slam Diego'd. That's what the Dodgers are going to do to them in that 5-game series. Walnut, California over there on YouTube. We got Brusdar. Oh, I like that. Hey, I like that. Over on YouTube, you coined that here, right? Brusdar, like star, and I think you're right. Tonight wasn't his best showing. Gave up that single, but hey, you got to start somewhere. And he goes an inning tonight, 1 hit, 17 pitches, 12 for strikes, 3 for 4 on first pitch strikes for Brusdar Graterol. Only one swing and miss for Brusdar, but I think that they're definitely grooming him to take over. You said earlier in the show it was going to be game over 2.0. You're calling him Brusdar. Hey, I'm telling you, he's definitely on his way to being an elite closer. He has the makings of being an elite closer. Only thing he's missing is the swing and miss. And I think you'll start to see that as he starts to really get the feel for how to use that breaking ball effective. But, hey, we're talking about 101 off the gas. That's what I'm saying. He should change his number to 76 because he's straight gas there on the mound. And you're going to see him get there. And I love his confidence. I love just his overall bravado, his vibe. Not sure what his walkout song is yet, but, hey, big fan of the bazooka. After what we saw with Kenley Jansen last night, where he was just missing bad, he was missing in the zone. Yelich just missed that meatball, or else this could be going 3. So Kenley Jansen, bottom line is Kenley Jansen has to prove that he can take over that role, that he can assume the role as the closer. But I think that what we heard from Dave Roberts, I know he went backtrack on it today. He backpedaled on saying that Kenley Jansen's pitches didn't have the teeth last night, but then he said he saw it on the video, wasn't as concerned about it. But bottom line, you throw 88, 89, 85 mile per hour cutters against a team like the Padres, no, not happening. I don't want to see it. Look, like I said, end the dream before it becomes a nightmare with Kenley Jansen. And tonight, I think that it was a step in the right direction and a message by the Dodgers that Brusdar Graterol is going to be the heir apparent to Kenley Jansen. You saw last night that Brusdar was warming up already. So I think you guys are going to all have your wish, and you're going to get Graterol as closer sooner than later. So here we go. Let's bounce back into these comments here. Anyone mad at Roberts today? Yeah, give Dave Roberts credit for Austin Barnes in this one. I mean, yes, you kind of had a little personal catcher action with Clayton Kershaw, but hey, he doesn't come and get Kershaw out too early. He lets him do his thing. He lets him go 8 strong, goes with Brusdar there in the 9th. And I think just overall, it was a good night for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the Dodgers advance. They punched their ticket to the NLDS. But here we go. Let's jump into these comments. Just jump into this comment section. Once again, Brian Alex, I just hope Kershaw continue to perform at this level for the rest of the postseason. Absolutely. Marty LaRossi, he's only doing good because he hasn't had a 162-game season. That's an interesting point, and I think that it's something that will work in the Dodgers' favor. But look, say what you want. The fact is you can only play the hand you're dealt. And the Dodgers, look, he made 10 starts this year. In 7 of those 10 starts, he gave up 1 run or less. So I think Clayton Kershaw, that trip to driveline, I think he did some soul searching. And I think there's no one that works harder than Clayton Kershaw. The ferocity, the determination that he pitched with tonight, that was stuff of legend. And I do think that maybe it's possible that he's benefiting off of less starts in the regular season. But bottom line is, in his overall body of work, Clayton Kershaw, we're talking about 100-plus innings in the postseason, and I think that he'll have a chance to rewrite that legacy in his home state of Texas. By the way, here's a question I want to ask you guys. World Series tickets, they're going to allow a small portion of people to go to the World Series. Will you be attending the World Series? Would you go if someone got you a ticket? If you guys all put together like $1, maybe I could get a ticket. I'm just saying. No, I'm just playing with you guys. But how do you guys feel about fans in the stands in the World Series? But here we go. We got Oakland in the house from Jalen Mays. We got Brian Alex. I hope Kershaw performs like this for the rest of the playoffs. Cowboy strings. Mookie with the knock. Marcus frickin' Betts. Jose, we got Fernie Aguilar. We got What Up Seattle. We got Covina. We got Thanks for Always Coming On right after the game, Doug, from Arb. Hey, this is your show, guys. Doug, I'm the man of the fan. This is your show. I'm just hosting it. You guys have a lot to say, and you guys have all the fire takes. So, hey, man, it's 50-50 on this one. Here we go. We got Clay Dunsmore. Glad Roberts put in Bazooka to close. Nothing against Jansen, but I just wanted Bazooka as our next-gen closer. Glad he broke him in tonight under the clutch. Good move. Yeah, I definitely think that we can read into something with Bazooka in that closer spot. Ryan O'Ryan Montez, I don't know about you, Doug, but the Cardinals-Padres series has shown little fear for us Dodgers. Yeah, I think that you're going to see that the Dodgers, they ran into a hot pitcher tonight in Woodruff. He has had really a good year. He really has had a good year. And heading into tonight's matchup, he had pitched very well, and he had pitched very well on the road. And he's been really strong all season. He had a 3.05 ERA and 11.1 strikeouts per 9 in his 13 starts. In his 7 road starts this year, he had a 2.79 ERA with 48 strikeouts in 38 2/3 innings. So it's not like he was chopped liver. They went against a hot pitcher that knows how to get punch outs, that knows how to miss bats. And the Dodgers, what they did was where they were able to at least get those quality at bats where you saw some of those strikeouts came late in the count, and that was able to have him pitch just 4 innings, 4 2/3 tonight, and then they got 3 earned runs off Woodruff, so they were able to get to him eventually, and it was in that 5th inning. So let's talk about that 5th inning where the Dodgers, that's where they got their work done. They did some damage in that inning, and they took the lead. And it all started with Will Smith striking out. He takes strike 3. And then Cody Bellinger pokes a changeup into center for the Dodgers' 2nd hit of the night. And then that sets up CT3, who was 392 with runners in scoring position, 189. No, he was CT3 on the year is hitting 392 with runners on base, 189 without in the regular season. He bangs one up the middle to give the Dodgers their first runner in scoring position all night with 1 out. And then on a 1-2 count, A.J. Pollock grounds to Urias at 3rd. He steps on the bag at 2nd to get the lead runner. Bellinger throws to 1st, and then Jerko couldn't scoop it. No, he steps on 3rd, gets the lead runner, Bellinger, and then Jerko couldn't scoop it right there. It would have been a double play for A.J. Pollock, but that gave the Dodgers runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. And then on a 2-2 count, 2 outs, Austin Barnes comes through in the clutch. He singles to center to score Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers' first run of the night, make it 1-0 boys in blue with Mookie Betts at the plate. And then Mookie Betts, he cranks a double to left, scoring A.J. Pollock and Austin Barnes to give the Dodgers a 3-0 lead. He took 2 sliders for balls and then gets that bat out in front of the next pitch, and then he just rips one to left. And that was his 3rd double of the season for Mookie Betts. On the year, with runners in scoring position, Mookie was OPSing 1294, 18 for 41 with 4 home runs, a double and a triple. And look, that's a lesson to all the rest of the teams in Major League Baseball. You do not give the Dodgers extra outs there. Jerko should have scooped that one right there. That would have been it. It was really a nice pick by Urias at 3rd. But the Dodgers take full advantage, and that at-bat from Austin Barnes, that was the at-bat of the night. Put some respect on Austin Barnes' name, who gets that single, gets the Dodgers on the board, and Marcus Lynn Betts, Mookie Betts, his personal hitting coach, his guru, who turned his whole entire career around, he comes up and he follows it up with a double, a 2-run double, and that was all that Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers needed to take care of business in Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. But here we go. Let's get back into this comment section. We got Fernie, I'm not rich, LOL. We got Can from Joser. Only 1 inning from Hader. That was odd in the 5th. Yeah, Deborah Young. Only 1 inning from Josh Hader. He was working an inning and a 3rd. He goes 1 inning and a 3rd tonight, gets 2 strikeouts. And they were hoping, Craig Counsell was talking about this whole, we have a roadmap to success if we're able to get Game 2. Maybe they were going to use him consecutively. Yesterday he was warming up. So, yeah, didn't get much from him. And this is just not the same Brewers team. They don't have that top-end talent or they don't have the talent that they had in 2018. Dodgers, they take care of business tonight. Doug, I'm with you. Fernie, I'd be there in person. Dean Young, East Bay, we appreciate you. Thanks, my man. We got Starburst. Seeing fans in the stands will be interesting, but I wish I could go. Sadly, I can't fly to Texas. Doug Crosby, I'd walk from Michigan if they gave me a ticket. Hey, we'll find a way, man. Hey, that's what I was, honestly, I got to look more into it because, look, World Series tickets, man, I don't even have any kidneys left from going to 2017 and 2018 World Series, so I have no idea how much it would be if you're only letting in 2, 3, 4, 5,000 fans. I don't know what the number is. Haven't looked into it deeply just yet, so I think that it could be an insane astronomical price there, but Dodgers Nation, the best fans in the game, you know they're going to fill the stands. Deborah Young, Jansen didn't look too happy. Daniel Palma, my man, a writer here at Dodgers Nation. Go read all the stuff over at DodgersNation.com. Bring on the Padres, bring on the Braves, bring on the Astros. I don't care. 2020 is the Dodgers year. Big facts from Daniel Palma over on Facebook. 2020 is going to be the Dodgers year, and I think that you're going to see them end the drought. This is going to be the year for your Los Angeles Dodgers. But yeah, absolutely. Anthony, we got Kershaw needs to prove himself against a winning team. Brewers under 500 and would have never made the playoffs under normal circumstances. Anthony, your point is valid. I don't disagree with you. Like I said, Brooks Smith said it on the Blue Heaven pregame show that, look, a big performance tonight wasn't going to rewrite the narrative because Clayton Kershaw, at the end of the day, he's had more good starts, that he's had good quality starts in the postseason that people don't want to talk about. And the reality is, in 2017, Game 1, 11 strikeouts, no walks, was the first time that had happened in the World Series since Don Newcomb. And then in Game 5, he's cruising, and then the Astros start being trash and cheating. And to me, there's some people that think Jock Peterson would have gotten World Series MVP with his 3 home runs, but I think that series is a shorter series, and I think with his reputation, his legendary status, that he would have walked away with the World Series MVP, and he would ride off into the sunset as a Mount Rushmore pitcher. But unfortunately, the narrative is different. You had those sad people that wanted to make that chokers Photoshop with a Joker. Don't worry, I remembered each and every one of you guys that posted that. So when Kershaw is hoisting that Commissioner's Trophy, better believe I'm gonna try to holler at you guys for posting that. But the reality is with Clayton Kershaw is when facing elimination, Clayton Kershaw, his ERA, he has a 5.77 ERA when facing elimination. So if we're being real with each other, completely honest, we need to see Clayton Kershaw come through in a big Game 7. Look, Game 7 in 2017, he came in, pitched, I think, 4 scoreless innings in relief of Yu Darvish. You saw what he did in 2016, Game 2 against the Cubs. He pitched a gem. Game 4 of the 2015 NLDS. He pitched well, so there are some good starts sprinkled in there, absolutely, when it comes to Clayton Kershaw. But the bad ones stick out in your mind because that pain, you remember that pain. But look, if you look at the worst ERA when facing elimination, Tim Wakefield, the knuckleball pitcher, he has a 6.75 ERA. Then Clayton Kershaw is second with a 5.77. And then right behind him are 2 of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball history, Roger Clemens with a 5.28 ERA and Pedro Martinez, my favorite non-Dodger player ever, with a 5.17 ERA. So, hey, baseball is not easy. Pitching, high-leverage games, but I am with you. If we're being completely honest, we need a couple more of these starts and a couple more signature performances by Clayton Kershaw if we want to completely wipe away this narrative that he hasn't been a clutch pitcher in the postseason. But here we go, guys. He's a good framer. We got when the Dodgers lead a series, Kershaw is unstoppable. Yeah, absolutely. President got COVID. Whoa, is that true? That's crazy. Jose Rod, we got nice to have a couple days off before the next series. Deborah Young, yeah, get your rest in. Adam, my man. Brusdar's first save restored 2020. I know you were happy about it. Tina G-Man, where are all the Barnes haters? Way to go, Dodgers. Keep it going. Mookie was the catalyst, Dave, over on Facebook. Yeah, that's what I've been saying all season long, that he is the catalyst that this lineup needs. We're talking top-end, elite talent, a guy that knows how to get runs scored, a guy who knows how to manufacture runs, and he just has a different dynamic to him that this lineup has never seen. We're talking top 2-3 talent in the game, a guy that his just mere presence brings results. So absolutely, 11,500 fans, Doug. So that's how many fans are going to be at the World Series. That's a lot, man. Jeez, that's a lot of fans, man. I might anywhere on the prices. Starting price $75 apparently. Guys, I'm gonna give you the link to the GoFundMe down in the comment section. You guys are gonna hook it up, right? No, man. If I'm there, I can't be here. And you guys, we need your fire takes. But Tina, we got happy with the 2-game sweep, but celebrating till I see the trophy in our hands. And yes, if I can make it down to Texas, I'll go. Look, guys, I understand that it is World Series or bust when it comes to evaluating the season on whether or not it's a success or not. But, hey, you still have to celebrate the good times. Postseason wins aren't easy, and all postseason wins are great. I don't care if they're by a very thin margin. I don't care if they're by a blowout. But tonight, look, Clayton Kershaw, I'll be honest with you, I never thought we would see this Clayton Kershaw again, and it was really fantastic to see him tonight. 11,500 per game, 4-person pods, 20 feet from each other. Cannot sell the individual seats within the pod. That's from Damien. You guys are hooking it up with that info. I think is there a drawing? Tickets on sale Tuesday, MLB.com. We got 1 out removed at the last inning. Why? It looks like in that last inning there, they reviewed it. Serious question, why is Muncy playing instead of Rios? Yeah, so we kind of gushed over Clayton Kershaw for, how many minutes in we're now? About 30 minutes in. And Max Muncy tonight, he goes 0 for 3 for Max Muncy. And, yeah, he struck out twice tonight. He struck out once, swinging once. He was looking at strike 3. And not another bad night to play for Max Muncy. And if you saw one of the questions you guys asked me at the last game of the season was who'd have more confidence in, Cody Bellinger or Max Muncy. I definitely said Cody Bellinger. And tonight, Cody Bellinger, he was the spark in that 5th inning with that single. And also defensively. Defensively, Cody Bellinger is elite. He can play first at a Gold Glove level. He can play outfield at a Gold Glove level. Max Muncy, that play yesterday where he kicks it and he should have let Mookie get the ball. Yeah, Max Muncy, I think that his time is his time is almost up there where you're just guaranteeing him a spot in the lineup. I think you're going to see them start to mix it up with Matt Beatty, with possibly Edwin Rios, who almost hit a grand salami last night, and he's seeing the ball a lot better than Max Muncy. So I'm definitely with you on that one. He just has not had a good year, and it doesn't appear that he's going to get out of that season-long slump anytime soon. But here we go. We got we from Delirium over on YouTube. We got I hope we play the Padres from Deborah Young. Yeah, I've been on that train too. I've been on that train to play the Padres because I think that this Dodger team is going to thrive with these big matchups. We don't want an easy road to the World Series, and another reason why I want to play the Padres, and I hope they have Mike Clevenger, and I hope that they have Lamet and everyone's healthy, is because you got guys out there trying to discredit a 60-game season. Well, hey, I want to be able to say we played the Padres and Fernando Tatis Jr. in this loaded lineup. I want to play the best teams that we can. That way, when we do win the World Series, we can look back and say, hey, we beat elite competition along the way. There was no easy wins, and I think that you'll see that for the Dodgers. Look, they could play the Braves. They could play the Cubs, who are actually trailing to the Marlins. You don't want to play the Marlins, by the way. You know what they do. You know how they get down in the postseason. So I definitely want to play the Padres in the NLDS because, to me, if they get past the NLDS, I'm right now. Okay, let me know down below in the comments. What would be your confidence level in the Dodgers winning the World Series right now after punching their ticket to the NLDS? Mine sits right now at about 70%. No, let's go 65% right now. But if they get past the Padres in the NLDS, that number jumps up to like 70%, 74%, because I do, after what I saw tonight in Clayton Kershaw, that lets me know the Dodgers have 2 elite starters in the top of their rotation with Tony Gonsolin to boot as the 3rd starter there, and I'm very confident that this offense will start to come around. They'll start firing all cylinders, and I just don't see a team out there that can beat this Dodger team in a 7-game series. In a 5-game series, anything can happen. So that's why if they get past the Padres, I'm very confident that the Dodgers will end the drought. There's been 18 teams that have won a World Series since the Dodgers have in 1988, back in 1988, and this is the year that all ends. But here we go. Healthy or not, I want the Padres. Want to shut up Machado and their fan base. Yeah, remember Manny Machado was sitting there trolling the Dodger in those very expensive seats, saying that they'll win the World Series before we do. I definitely want him to eat those words, and that's definitely another subplot in that series. Ryan, you got 75%. Padres have no pitching. I feel like it's going to be the Cardinals. I think you're right. That bullpen, 3rd best bullpen in Major League Baseball. I think their offense might have a tough time scoring runs. I do think at home, I see the Padres winning that, especially the way their bats. They're swinging hot bats, swinging those big sticks down there. 5 home runs with the 7th inning on. I think they're going to advance, but hey, if it happens, it happens. Doug, I want to play the best team in MLB. Doug, also, Doug, I also don't want to play the Marlins. You know how they play. Because if you know, I'll see a loner. Let me elaborate on that. The Marlins have never lost. The Marlins have made 2 postseason appearances, 1997 and 2003. They're 2 for 2 when it comes to postseason appearances and World Series champions. So I don't want to mess with that magic. So I'm just saying, everyone but the Marlins. And I know the Marlins are a team that Marte's injured, but there's something about the Marlins in the postseason. And obviously I was kind of being tongue-in-cheek about it, but I would be confident against the Dodgers, against the Marlins. But I'm just saying, man. 80% here from Deborah Young, Damian. Both Pods and Cards pitching staffs could be exhausted. That's another great point. Ray Barseman, I agree with Isaac. Padres not only pitching, they suck to begin with. Tina G-Man, what was our record versus the Cardinals? So this year, the Dodgers just played the AL West and the NL West, so they didn't face each other in the regular season. But we got, here we go. I would like to see Cardinals, Dodgers. I'm not scared of the Braves, but Tampa Bay and the Yankees could be tough in the World Series. And God help all our sanity if we have to play the Astros again. Hey, if the Astros play the Dodgers, that would be a matchup made in heaven, I think, from a rating standpoint. Because I think that networks would want to see that. Do they have the pitching depth to get that deep in the postseason? Altuve is a minor league player playing at the big league level at this point. Correa is still playing well. I think that, look, the Twins are just cursed, man. 17 straight postseason losses for the Minnesota Twins. I don't see them advancing very far. 62.5%, that's from Doug Crosby over on Facebook. Miguel, we owe the St. Louis Cardinals game one, but don't matter who, bring them all on. That's the mentality. I like it. But, yeah, let's jump back into this game here. Let's break down this whole outing from Clayton Kershaw, guys, because it was spectacular. So top of the first, he strikes out Garcia swinging with the slider for the first out, gets Yelich looking on a Cooperstown curve for strike 3 for the second out. Then he gives up a single to Jerko, and then he gets Healy to ground to short for this third out of the inning with the slider. 14 pitches, 7 sliders, 5 fastballs, 2 curveballs, 2 strikeouts, 1 swing with the slider, and 1 looking with the curveball there in that first inning. And then top of the second inning, he gets Arcia to fly to right for the first out, gets Hira to fly to center for the second, then he gets Taylor to ground to short for the third out. A quick and efficient second inning for Kershaw. He was executing his pitches well, 2 lazy fly balls, a ground out. Healy was a little hot off the bat right there, but a great start for Kershaw there. He looked locked in. He was hitting his spots, and that's when I knew it was going to be a good night. There in that second inning, it was clear that he was ready to go and carry this Dodger team to the NLDS. And then we got the top of the third, the Urias gets a single there through the shift on a slider, a nice little piece of hitting there. And then Nottingham grounds out for the first out. Urias advances into scoring position there with 1 out. And then on an 0-2 count, Kershaw, he gets Garcia on a slider for the second out. And then Yelich, he hit it hard to center for the third out. But he gets out of that inning. Runner in scoring position. He strands him there at second, gets out of it. And then in the fourth inning, he gets Jerko swinging on a slider for the first out. Then he gets Healy to fly out on a curveball. Then gets Arcia swinging on a slider for his 5th punch out of the night. Another 1-2-3 inning for Kershaw. Just 46 pitches through 32 for strikes. So a very efficient outing for Clayton Kershaw. Was painting the strike zone all night long, and that slider was just nasty. And then in the top of the 5th, he fell behind 3-1, missed with a fastball and a slider, then gets Keyston Hira on a 3-1 count. He singles to center, gets Taylor swinging with the slider for the first out, and then Urias grounds the second on a fantastic play by CT3, one of the best defenders on the team. The shift was on, so there was no double play opportunity, but Hira advanced into scoring position. So another runner on second for the Brewers. Then he gets Nottingham swinging for the third out. He stranded Hira on second. He keeps the game knotted up at 0 there. So he was battling in 2 innings there with runners on second, gets the strikeout there. We already talked about the bottom of the 5th where the Dodgers put up those 3 runs. Let's jump to the 6th inning. Kershaw strikes out Garcia swinging with a slider for the first out. Gets Yelich swing with a curveball for the second out. Then he gets a called strike 3 on Jerko. And he strikes out the side in the 6th. So Clayton Kershaw was Clayton Kershaw up until that 6th inning, and he will fly for the next 2. Top of the 7th, he gets Healy to ground out. Arcia flies out. Then he gets here on a curveball for strike 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Clayton Kershaw again that 7th. And then in the 8th inning, he strikes out Taylor on a slider with just an unhittable slider to righties all night long. Walks Urias on 5 pitches. Then they pick off Urias there for the 2nd out of the inning. But yeah, let's jump back in this comments section here. We got breakdown Kershaw's outing. K. Yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that. If for Clayton Kershaw tonight, he was just absolutely sensational for the Dodgers in this one, and the Dodgers get the win 3-0. They advance to the NLDS to play either the Padres or the Cardinals. Game 1 on Tuesday. How hyped are you guys on a scale of 1 to 10 for the NLDS? It's going to be something spectacular. I'm telling you, Major League Baseball needs the Dodgers and the Padres in that NLDS right there. But yeah, actually here, let's jump back into this comment. My bad, I lost you guys for a second. There we go. Good job, Kershaw. Yes, love CT3 at second base. Ray Bar-Simeon, when the season finally comes to an end, the Dodgers will be the final team left standing in the baseball world and will be world champions. Doug Crosby, I just looked back at the DVR. Alfonso, 5th pitch, Garcia made contact. Barnes didn't hold on to it. They accidentally called it a strikeout. He stayed at the plate and got a base hit on the 6th pitch. What the heck? Yeah, that was just a really strange sequence right there, but he did get the base hit. And then you had one right there in the 9th inning. Garcia, he singles to center. Yelich grounded into that fielder's choice there to second. Garcia was out at second. And then Vogelbach, he hit for Jerko. Vogelbach, he flies to left. And then Yelich, then Gamble hit for Healy on a sub. They did a little pinch hitter right there. Gamble hit for Healy, and then Yelich went to then Gamble. He flied out to left to end the game. So the Dodgers, they got it done tonight. And Clayton Kershaw, a masterful performance from Clayton Kershaw tonight. And like I said, the big takeaways tonight was that Clayton Kershaw, he looks reinvigorated. He looks like a player that's determined to prove that he's still one of the game's best starters. And if you look at the velo tonight, he was still hitting high 92, low 93. And if you can spot that slider like he has, you can execute that slider with the depth that it had tonight. He still has that Cooperstown curveball. Clayton Kershaw is a number 1 pitcher. After tonight, I'm convinced the Dodgers have 2 aces on their staff, 2 true number 1 pitchers. I would take Clayton Kershaw and Walker Buehler over just about any pitcher in Major League Baseball right now, and there's no question about it. Do you think the Dodgers will be able to beat the Rays, Doug, Brian, Alex? I think this is a really interesting year for the Rays. I think the Rays, I think if the Rays are going to win it in this shortened season with the talent that they have, I do think the Dodgers will ultimately face the New York Yankees in the World Series. I think the Yankees, they have found something with their bats. Garrett Cole, his last 5 starts, he's been absolutely on fire. He's pitching best pitcher in baseball caliber right now. And I think the Yankees will ultimately come out of the American League. I got Dodgers versus Yankees in the American League. How your brackets doing? Let me know down below in the comments here. But, yeah, here we go, guys. Oh, yeah, a couple reminders, guys. If you have not, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers. Excuse me, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Dugout Podcast. Dodgers Nation, Dodgers Dugout Podcast, wherever you get your podcast these days. And what the podcast is, we condense all of your takes from tonight's episode, and we throw into a podcast. We add additional analysis and all the post-game coverage, interviews with Dave Roberts. Tonight we'll have Clayton Kershaw, all the players. We got all the player interviews in there for you guys. So be sure to subscribe. Tell all your friends, all your Dodger friends and family, because, hey, it's basically your podcast. Subscribe to your own podcast, the Dodgers Dugout Podcast, spelled like my name, D-O-U-G. So definitely be sure to subscribe. And then also be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification button. And before we head out, I want to get all of your predictions for Game 3 tomorrow. Who do you guys have? Do you guys have the Padres? You got Slam Diego down there in San Diego, or do you have the St. Louis Cardinals? I want all your takes down below. Who do you guys have in Game 3? To me, I feel like it's going to be the San Diego Padres versus the Los Angeles Dodgers, the collision course, the grudge match, the battle of the wild NL West is going to take place between these two franchises, and I think the Dodgers will ultimately come out victorious against the Padres. But here we go. We got I have the Padres winning at 7-5. We got Cards with Flaherty, BV. We got Patrick Gagne for sure, Latrice. We got Yankees or Rays will be in the World Series. Houston A's don't have a chance. I agree with you on that. Yankees have no starting pitching beyond Cole. We got Give Me the Padres with all their hype. Eric Kwan. The Redbirds from Isaac Garza over on Facebook. Damian, Doug, next year come visit me at the Top Deck. I sell beer up there. Hey, I'll come holler at you if you can give me a little discount on that beer. No, I'll pay full price for sure, man. I'll come holler at you there on the Top Deck at Dodger Stadium. Ryan, we got Padres because of a momentum shift. A sale loaner question. At some point, push will come to shove in the last inning, holding on to a lead with everything on the line. What does Dave do? Stick with Jansen or go with someone else? I think we're going to learn that in the next series. If Kenley Jansen comes out and that velo is somewhere, if the cutter is, if he has a feel for that cutter again, if he's not missing in the zone like he was, maybe you'll see Kenley Jansen out there. But I think based on his wording, I've never seen Dave Roberts come down on Kenley like that publicly, and I think he's setting it up where he changes the closer role. I think that is apparent at this point, and I think that based on their performance levels, I don't see anything in the next week that's going to change my opinion on Kenley Jansen. To me, your arm only has so many throws in it. Father of Time is never late, and I think that Kenley Jansen, unfortunately, one guy went up to drive line, and you saw how it potentially had changed his career. And Clayton Kershaw, you saw that tonight. And then Kenley Jansen, that velo has declined now. So, yeah, to me, I think that they are definitely going to be creative with it. So I think you're going to see them playing the matchups. I think you'll see closer by committee from here on out for the Dodgers. Over the Cards, we got Slam Diego will win from Damian. We got Jason over on Facebook. I'm more scared of St. Louis because of how they've done against Kershaw in the past. Yeah, that's a good point. Going with the Padres, Patrick Gagne. Padres will beat the Cards, then we will destroy the Padres. Shout out, Doug, Christian. Kershaw was awesome. What's up, Christian Tom, over there on YouTube? Damian, Padres win tomorrow, but I hope they need to throw all pitchers. Great point there. Yeah, let's hope for one of those Braves-Cincinnati games, okay? Let's hope they throw every pitcher. Let's hope that it's a long, exhausting game while the Dodgers are just sitting back, enjoying making quick work of the Brewers. They're going to be hanging out, probably watching that game, probably watching the Laker game. The Dodgers are going to be chillaxing tomorrow because the Dodgers are a team that had said, hey, we are going to make light work. We're going to take care of business in games 1 and 2, and they've earned it. Brian Alex, thank you, Dodgers. Do you think the Dodgers will beat the Yankees? And if so, in how many games? I've got the Dodgers over the Yankees in 6 games. To me, that's what I'm going with right now. Dodgers over the Yankees in 6 games. You can take that one to the bank. Dodgers-Yankees in 6. Yesterday, I agree with Doc, but his retraction worries me, Damon. Yeah, he definitely retracted. He was talking about, I saw it on the video, this and that. But the reality is, look, unless he's just absolutely delusional, Kenley in the game is going to translate to losses at some point if he comes out there and he throws against an elite opponent. That was a team that was under 500, a team with a that's in the bottom third in most every offensive category in baseball. Their best player has been slumping all season long in Christian Yelich, and he missed that meatball that was right down Broadway. If that is against the San Diego Padres, that's a bleacher reacher, okay? That is going deep into the heart of Texas in the National League Division Series. So I think that if we're being completely honest with themselves, and I hope the Dodgers are at this point, you have to be creative. You have to explore your options when it comes to the closer position. Here we go. We got Dave. Made it matters. I agree. Roberts is laying the groundwork for replacing Kenley. We got Tyler on YouTube. Are Clevenger and Lamet for sure out for the NLDS? I believe Lamet's ready to roll, but Clevenger, they're probably shooting him up, and I think that, I don't know. I got to get the latest on Clevenger. I believe that it does feel like they're gonna have him go, but gonna have to find the latest on that. Brian Alex, Austin Barnes showing some life. Brulio, the youth of this team is unreal. Graterol, May, Gonsolin, Lux, among others. The future looks bright. You said it best. The future looks bright here in Los Angeles. The nucleus of Gonsolin, of May, of Graterol, Buehler. They have Corey Seager, who I think that they need to seriously have some conversations right now about extending Corey Seager and not saying, oh, next year is going to be his walk year. No, Corey Seager is a star that is, to me, emerging as a superstar. And when I say superstar, I'm talking top 10. I'm talking top 10 in the game. Corey Seager is a guy that I think they might want to throw a bag at. And then I don't know if they have their eyes set on potentially signing Bellinger in a few years. Maybe they were, and maybe now they realize that Corey Seager might be the more valuable player in the long run. But we'll see how this postseason plays out. But here we go, Dodgered. Padres are going to Clipper Game 3 tomorrow. I love that, Dodgered, over on YouTube. The Padres are going to Clipper Game 3. To me, the Clippers will always be the San Diego Clippers. If that happens, you're going to give me a good laugh because I think it's possible that San Diego championship pedigree there, which is no championships, right? Here we go. Lock-up Sieg. Hey, championship town. You know what championship town is right here. Los Angeles. The Lakers, they're about to tie the Celtics with 17, but we all know 32 finals appearances. They are the franchise in the NBA. The Dodgers, 8 straight division titles, 6 titles total. The Dodgers, a dynasty is coming for the Dodgers. So here we go. Thoughts on a Bauer addition. Dodger Blue 3. I've been thinking about Trevor Bauer for the last couple days, and it just depends on the contract he's looking at. If he's looking at a short-term deal, for whatever reason, I think that's something the Dodgers would want to consider. But I think Trevor Bauer is a guy that he's going to look at what Strasburg got last year. He's not looking for Strasburg money, but the way he can pitch, he's 29. Heading into next year, he'll be 30. He'll be 30 already. Do you want to throw a 5, 6, 7-year contract at Trevor Bauer? To me, I wouldn't do that deal, but I'm a fan of Trevor Bauer. I love watching him pitch. I love seeing him do the Conor McGregor off the mound. He did the little tomahawk chop. The man is good for baseball because he gets people talking about baseball, and most importantly, he's going to win the Cy Young, and you know he's going to put that on the negotiating table and push that over and try to get a big deal. But to me, I wouldn't sign up for anything longer than a 4 or 5 year deal. And I think that if you're the Dodgers, they have David Price coming back. You still have emerging superstars like Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin. You still have guys waiting in the wings, Josiah Gray. There will be a time when the Dodgers will potentially, I think, add a starter through free agency, but I don't know if the timing is right for Trevor Bauer. But let me know. Lastly, we'll end this on that. Would you guys want to see Trevor Bauer in Dodger Blue? Do you guys want that? I mean, there have been a lot of Bauer outages at Dodger Stadium of late, and I think it depends. I think it depends on a lot of factors. Here we go. Deborah Young, when Belly gets hot, we will be unstoppable. Yes, absolutely. But give Cody Bellinger, he's kind of an unsung hero in tonight's game because he gets that single there in the 5th inning, and he starts that Dodger rally, and which really leads to that there we go, Tyler, which leads to the Dodger, the 3 runs in that inning, and that was all the boys in blue needed tonight to get it done. But a 1-year, $25, $30 million contract would be great. Yeah, you know that if it comes down to that, and you got to also look at the labor negotiations, the labor agreement between the union and the league. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be in the air. How many teams are going to want to spend in this offseason, especially considering the lack of revenue that's a result of the coronavirus pandemic? So a lot of factors. Brulio, Bauer is welcome to L.A. Bauer did say that he wanted to play with the Dodgers at some point. Yeah, Thousand Oaks, a UCLA Bruin. He won the Golden Spikes Award while attending UCLA. And, yeah, Trevor Bauer is a guy that he'd be very interesting on this team. I think that you got Walker Buehler and Bauer. It'd be interesting. As a number 3 for sure, Jose Rod, Dodger this year. Kershaw gets his ring. Mark my words. Yes, all season long. Yeah, exactly. So, Brian Alex, Bauer did say, yeah, we got Damian Belly is looking better and better at the plate even when he doesn't get on base. Yeah, you definitely see that his approach at the plate, he's starting to put it together. And if you want to compare his at-bats versus Muncy's at-bats, Cody Bellinger, last night he gets a single 2. He was lifting. It was some hard contact. I think that he is on his way to having a breakout. And then you can always count on him on the field as an elite defender. So you're absolutely right on that one. But, yep, guys, as always, Thanks for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. Couple more things. Be sure to get some merch. Get your shirts over at DodgersNation.com/shop. The freshest Dodger gear in the game. You want to get merched up for a deep postseason run. Also, make sure that you're tuning in to the pregame show with the senior editors here at Dodgers Nation, Clint Pasillas, Real FRG, and Brooke Smith. Watch the Dodger game and then come rock with us right after for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Head over to DodgersNation.com, your home for all things Dodgers, analysis, articles. You'll find it over there. But, yep, the Dodgers get the win, 3-0. They advance to the NLDS. They're going to play either the Cardinals or the Padres. Game 1 is Tuesday. Clayton Kershaw, a virtuoso, masterful performance tonight from the veteran southpaw. 13 strikeouts, a postseason career high from Clayton Kershaw. Great night for LA. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodgers baseball. Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.